Alright. Where's my... The dashboard is still not updating. Hold on. My dashboard's frozen. I swear to God, YouTube. Or Streamlabs, whatever's causing this problem, whatever it is. Am I there now? Please tell me I'm there now. Okay, thank goodness. Twitch viewers, how am I? Am I visible? Okay, that's good. So, yesterday, so the reason I wasn't live yesterday is that internet problems. We had a power outage, so I literally couldn't do anything. And today, right before I go live, power's back and everything, but OBS decided to do an update, and I feel like it's messed something up. See, this is why when everyone asks me to upgrade to Unreal 5, you know, even when you're upgrading simple software like OBS, it always goes wrong for me, every time. So that's why I never update my software. But, oh no. But you see, it didn't give me an advance warning. It just, I opened it and it went, oh, we're gonna update now. And I'm like, can you not do that? I have to go live in 10 minutes. And this is the outcome. This is what happens when I update software. No audio? Oh no. Twitch viewers, help me out here. Is it, I need to find out if it's just YouTube or if this is an OBS problem. So, oh god, everything's just falling to pieces today. Let me check my audio. Should be fine. So that's the audio mix is fine. OBS has detected that it's picking it up. So the video's working, but the audio... Hold on, I'm confused. Oh, same skulls. Am I... So you've refreshed it. You can see... Can you hear me? Dizwiz says audio is fine. Okay. Alright, cool. Alright, well that's... My god. I just can people just stop updating software? Like, can they just leave it alone? I freaking hate software updates, dude. I swear to god. If it was up to me, I'd still be using Windows 7 and Photoshop CS6 and all the golden era of software, and I'd be using OBS 1 or OBS Beta or whatever the hell. But yeah, see, this is why everyone tells me, oh, Ray, you should why aren't you using Unreal 5? It's like, well, even if I upgrade something as simple as OBS, okay, we have problems. So imagine how much worse that would be if I upgraded the game engine. Okay, we are now at 7:20:30 right now. So we'll see if this has issues still for whatever reason. I'm gonna refresh my YouTube dashboard again and see if the yellow warning sign goes away. Oh, it's still there. Oh. Stream's current bitrate is lower. Okay, well that's a different warning. So I can, I'm just streaming at a low bit. So, okay, YouTube, YouTube, come on now. You can't complain that you're not receiving enough video. And then when or whatever, YouTube dashboard can't complain that I'm buffering too much. And then also when I reduce my output, then complain of the lack of output. Like, you can't have it both, YouTube dashboard. All right, well, now I've got another warning error. That's just brilliant. Man, I love my country. Oh my god, I love Australia. How about now, guys? Am I coming through? We're doing the old 720p 30. So yeah, I'll if I don't hear anything from you, I'm assuming that my internet has been shut down if I don't see another message in the next minute. Because man, I really wanted to work on some thumbnails and show you how making a thumbnail is for some interesting content. I'm still super laggy? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why today? It had to be today, of course. Spotty connection, but it works. Well, does it work if it's got a spotty connection? I don't know. I guess it depends on what we constitute as working. Alright, well, I need to get on with it, so I guess we'll just have to tolerate with stream lag 720p 30 today. God, I hope this isn't a permanent thing, because I'd have to stop streaming forever if that's permanent. I have had periods here and there. Sometimes the periods have lasted pretty long. Like, I remember a couple years ago, I had like a whole 6-month period where I couldn't stream because the internet was so bad. So hopefully we're not going there, but we'll see. Anyway, so I'm gonna redo, I'll re-explain, because I went on for 10 minutes that no one could hear. So today we're doing thumbnail design. Because I have the next episode of the devlog in the can. It is available right now for early access members and YouTube supporters. So if you're on Patreon or on YouTube, you're at the early access tier or above, you can watch the full devlog right now without buffering, because I've already uploaded it. But I don't have a title or thumbnail for it yet. So I need to do that, and I thought I'd show you guys just how much work it is to make a thumbnail that doesn't suck. So this is the document for last episode's thumbnail, because what I do whenever I make like a new thumbnail, I just work from the existing one that came before and I just change up things. So this is not going to be how it looks, but this is just what the Photoshop file from last episode's one is. I do have some unused variants of that episode that I might use for ideas for this new episode. So this was an unused version. We got a few unused variants of, I think the one on dark background was the more preferable one, apart from the one I ended up choosing. Because this episode is about this robot, and this thumbnail does have the robot in it, so we might maybe use that as an idea, but I also want to see if I can come up with something better, because it doesn't read as well as I'd like it to on a small size, because it needs to work on a small size. And you can see the one I ended up picking instead works way better than this. So then I can't regress backwards in quality. The next thumbnail I do has to be just as good, if not better. And this is definitely not better, but it does have the robot. So it's like we might recycle some ideas from it. There's also this version, but I don't like the composition of it at all. Kind of sucks. So, but I do like the robot's pose here. So I need to come up with some ideas, and to do that, I've just got this blank document. We're gonna do some thumbnail sketches of potential ideas that we could try. So I'm gonna mask this off into 4 halves, and we'll try and see if we can come up with 4 concepts for a thumbnail, and we'll see if we can then go in and start doing one in more detail. So I'm just gonna create 4 groups. So I'm going to mask off the document just to make a quick, like, thumbnail sheet, basically. We're going to do them very rough, but it kind of has to, it should be a rough sketch, because if it doesn't look good in a rough sketch, then it's not going to look good no matter what we do. So we'll make some layers on each one. I'm probably going to discard this document, so I'm not worrying about layer names. Where's my brush? There we go. Let me pick a better, the brush settings I want. Alright. So I've got a brush, and we'll just do like some very blobby ideas of what this thumbnail about. This episode is about the robot design. So it's like a process start to finish of making the robot. So I feel like the robot should be sort of a key element of this thumbnail. I think having Gabby in the thumbnail, maybe we won't do that this time, because that's usually what I like to do. So one idea I have is sort of making like the first idea that comes to my head is this sort of silhouette shape. I'll draw it a bit smaller. Slow-mo Raymond is cool. Yeah, it's just I don't know what it is, but my internet is like buffering way too much today, but I do have to stream. I owe it to the members, I gotta be live. So, I'm doing this for you, members. But yeah, I don't know why. Well, it could be one of two things. It's either my internet or because of OBS updating. because it literally just updated the second before I went live. Decided to do an update, and I hope to God that has not screwed something up. So I don't know. I don't know why that's happening. I hate it just as much as you, but I literally do not know how to fix it. Team Skull says, I hope it's not permanent. I like your streams. Oh, thank you. But yeah, it is worrying. I've had this happen a few times. This is because, well, yeah, if for those who don't know, I'm based in Australia, which has infamously bad internet. In fact, it is so bad that our national broadband network doesn't actually meet the specifications for a broadband network. So it's actually not broadband at all, because it's that terrible. It doesn't meet the standard. But, you know, everyone, they call it broadband because I guess it sounds more like what a developed nation would have. But we don't, not really. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, literally any other country on Earth has better internet than Australia does. So I'm not too thrilled about that. I know that some people say it's improved, but I call lies on that. Because my actual, they have the National Broadband Network. That's the broadband network I was mentioning that is not actually broadband. So that when that rolled out like 5 years ago, it actually made my internet worse. So it was meant to make it better, but it was actually 4 times worse. So I've been putting up with that for the last 5 years. And it was getting better. Like in the last like year, it got a lot better, but now it's, I guess we're back to pre-COVID internet speeds. To give you an idea on how bad it is, I think my average download speed is like 20 kilobits a second or something, and in America it's like 500. So, and I know that it's like that in America because my Bethesda friend who's been there for 20 years, because I've got him on Facebook, and he always posts like every so often he'll like complain about the internet being slow, and he'll post his speedtest.com screenshot, and he's like, oh man, what is happening with the internet today? And it's like 500 megabits a second download. And I'm like, dude, are you crazy? Like, that's insanely good. Wait till you see 20. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. But it's not funny for me. It's funny for him, maybe. But, oh my god. Well, I would kill to have 500. So I'm just drawing the silhouette of the robot. Because I have an idea. I don't know how good of an idea this is, but it might be worth checking out. And then he has his visor, the visor gap. So one of my ideas is to sort of have him sort of from the, like, doing like a from the camera at the bottom, sort of like this, like a perspective shot maybe of like that. I don't know if that's too much though. Oh, what happened there? It like undid all my... What I'll do as well, just to kind of help things out, I'm gonna add some color fills. And I'll make it so that only, I'll make it so that just this has the white background, so we can kind of focus on just this part for the moment, because having all that white is pretty distracting. And I'll add these to the other groups and hide the other groups for the moment. Okay. D-Wiz says, just try to check Twitch to see if the stream's performing better, and it played 3 ads in a row, which still buffered. Well, yeah, so that's probably a me problem then. It's my Twitch's ads, of course. They have, you know, Twitch has good internet, so they're gonna have their ads running no matter what. But I think it's just, yeah, it's just my stuff's being throttled for some reason. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So yeah, they don't want me showing you my secret sauce on how I make thumbnails. But the show must go on. I've already skipped one. I already had to skip last week, and I had to skip all yesterday, so I can't afford to not do more. So what happened? I had that cool perspective thing, and now it's vanished. That's more what I want. But I don't want it to look like the wheel is too massive. And I'll do like some, I don't know, some kind of in the background, because the background, the values, I'm just going to do it all in black and white for the moment, because it needs to look good in black and white. A good thumbnail, you can put it in black and white, and it's still readable. Like, you know exactly what you're looking at. So I'm just going to like fill in, or you know what I'll do? I'll use the gradient tool, actually. The gradient tool would be perfect for this. Because I like to have sort of a, around the outside. Oh, it's not. No, I want it the other way around. Oh. You used to be able to flip the gradient color by pressing X, but they've changed this now as well. That's really irritating. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Something like that. To kind of draw your eyes away from the edges towards the middle, but not that harsh. So I might lower the opacity a bit if it lets me. Come on. So this is still kind of boring. I need something, well, I'll try something. This concept look cooler in my head. I add like some backfill to the robot and some kind of like star lighting, like something like bright behind him, like some kind of backlighting to really accentuate like the edges of the robot. And maybe we'll go a step further and I'll add in like rim lighting on him. So it's sort of like how to describe it? It's sort of like a something dramatic. So the robot is like being dramatically lit from the back, and we'll give him these rim lights. Because rim lights tend to look pretty good on a thumbnail because they kind of accentuate the edges. So if I add some of those in here. Just around the contours of his head. They do look a bit weak, though. So I'll paint some in a bit harsher. Yeah, like this. There we go. So I'm just trying to remember where his contours are. Because he does have some bezels. So something like that. Or maybe not on these bits. Like that. And then it needs some kind of we might go a bit harder with the perspective. Oh, that still looks kind of silly. Stretch him up a bit. It just looks a bit long. Because if he looks too narrow, it's not going to look good. So I'll adjust this a bit. I think it's just his wheel is too big as well. I've like drawn him slightly out of proportion. Oh, why did that just undo all? I hit apply. Why did it just undo all that? I don't know. Everything's going wrong today. So I'm just going to adjust the wheel. Shrink it a bit because that's way too massive. It's going to be so distracting. That's a bit better. And we'll make his claws. I think, yeah, this is a bit out of proportion, so I'll try and make his claws a bit larger as well. I'll have to do it individually. that. Even if it isn't accurate to the model, we can just change the model's proportions as well with careful enough editing, or just with the rig. Because what I'll end up doing, if this is the one I end up going with, I can just I can like rig the robot in this pose and take a screenshot, and I can like exaggerate his claws in the rig, because his rig it's that good, where I can just scale things up like that. But now these look a little too big now. These do look a bit too big, so let's shrink that down. Let's narrow it a bit. So this is all going to be very coarse, but it's just to get the idea, a concept. And I don't really like the angle of his arms. They should come in a bit. They're sticking out a little too much. And why is it? There we go. And bring them a little bit lower down. And I'll adjust the arms to kind of match. Like that. Now, he could be a bit bigger, because I think he should sort of take up the whole frame there. And then I'll draw in some kind of cool flares over the top, because what I like to do is, there's like a trick I do with the edges of the thumbnails where I kind of add like bright sort of lens flare-esque effects. So I'll use a softer brush though. It's a bit distracting with the hard brush. Just something to kind of accentuate, to make it look like there's like light coming off sort of the... You see when I add a little around the edges, it just looks cooler. So I have some like lens flare texture that I end up using for the real thing, but I'm just gonna like sort of rough it in with the light brush here. And this background will it's a bit blobby, so you might sort of sharpen the edges of it a little. Not better on Twitch? Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so. Feels like your IPS is throttling. Yeah, it's probably what's happening, I'd imagine. Yeah, I'm sorry about the stream quality, guys, but that's just what we have to... It's a bad weather day for internet use here in Australia, it would seem. But hopefully enough of what I'm saying is still... It still makes sense. I guess luckily, because this is all visual thumbnail work today, so we don't have any instances where we need to read fine print. So actually the low quality might help, because if my thumbnail still looks good with this bit crushed quality, then that's good. Because it's like, all right, well that must be one good thumbnail if it still looks good on Australian internet speeds. So in 720p. This actually looks a little... I'm gonna try another little trick here. I want to add some dust clouds, because I do have dust clouds edited in on the actual robot itself. So I don't know if that'll look... that doesn't look quite right. Let me try it another... They have to sort of be rising rising clouds. Like he's sort of dashing or something. I don't know. It's an idea. Another idea I had... Well, maybe we'll leave this one. And I want to see if I can put in some text in the background of this. So behind the drone... I don't know how good this will look. Kind of text in the thumbnail somewhere. Something really cool. So I'll write the word enemies. I'll do it in a thicker brush. I'll do it in without opacity on. There we go. Oh, why is opacity on? I turned I turned that off. Okay, opacity is at 50 for some reason. Oh, there we go. So I'll try and write in like a very condensed, bold font here. Write the word enemies. Let me turn him off. I'll try to do those cool sci-fi S's. And that is a bit crooked. So I'll move some of that down. There we go. Why does it keep cancelling my transforms? I hit enter. It's meant, there we go. Now it's working. And that M is a bit crooked. So I'm just gonna cut off one of the bottom there. All right. And then we'll take that. Actually, that M is not, that's not how the M's look in the font that I use. So I'll redraw that M. Make sure they look more like that. There we go. I'll bring all this a bit closer. And then we'll, I don't know how well this will look, because I sort of want the robot over the top of this text, and it keeps, why does it keep undoing? I don't know, okay, I don't know what is going on with that today. But, and then I will draw in, because that's not very readable at all, so we'll have to add some glow and outline kind of in the background of this guy. So I'll add like a background, like a sort of white outline. And then I'll add like a glow effect as well, just like a temporary thing. Oh, am I doing, oh, I'm doing it on the wrong layer. Oopsie. Try another layer. There we go. And now it's not letting me draw anything. What is going on? Oh, it's the eraser tool. There we go. So I'm just doing like very rough. We're not going to do it proper just yet. I just need to have a good idea first. So this is just idea A. Which I don't know, maybe this does starting to look a bit better than I thought it would in my head now. So maybe this might be a good candidate, but I want to experiment. Usually like the third one I come up with is usually the good one. But sometimes I get it first go. Not all the time, but every so often. And we'll add like a bit of a, sort of a glow. Can I scale this? Perfect. I don't know what that's supposed to do. Oh. Because I don't want to make the text unreadable. Oh. Yeah, they've changed this gradient tool, so I'm still not really used to it. But I know that this is meant to do something. But it's not doing what it's meant to. I know that that's meant to control like it's meant to control something. I don't know what. But it's got a widget there that's meant to do something. Get rid of the clipping mask on this. Alright, so that's like a potential. I actually kind of don't... It's a bit too tall. Just adjust the gradient a bit. I just wish it would like be a bit fuller. Like, can I edit the actual gradient? Is it gonna let me do that? I don't think it will. Because I want to edit it to be, what's meant to happen is when I double click on this, it's meant to come up with a menu that allows me to control the precise value amounts. Oh, here, oh, they put it here now. All right, well, they must have updated Photoshop recently. This is what I want, like that. Just gonna tone it down a little. Why have they added 3 of these? Get rid of that. There we go, it's a bit better. So that's, and I'll lower the opacity to like 70. Oh, why did that not work? Oh no, wrong layer. It's this layer. We'll do maybe 80 opacity or 90. 90 would be good. So that's one idea. So that took what, 20 minutes? 10 minutes? Something like that. So we'll try and see if we can come up with something better than this. Because this actually this might be good, but we might be able to come up with something better. So we'll give that we'll turn this off. We'll go to the next group and see if we can draw something, another idea. I do have another idea in mind that might be a bit harder to draw. Was the latency still awful? If you watch a few minutes behind, the video is slow, but... What? Audio desync. Uh-oh. That's awful. Oh, God. Well, yeah, I've tried to troubleshoot it, but I think it's beyond my power to fix. I've checked, like... Because OBS did an update right before I went live, which I don't know if that screwed something up, but all of my settings look the same. I've got the same broadcast bitrate output settings and stuff. I'll triple check. Stream output. Yeah, I'm using the same. It's like the bitrate's actually a little bit lower than normal. Or is it? No, 6,000. Yeah, that's like the normal value that I use. Low latency on. Yeah, it's all the same settings. I'm using like the right encoder, so it hasn't messed up any of that. Bitrate is still the same. Audio bitrate still the same. Audio channels, levels are all good. So I don't know. Like it gives me a warning light saying that there's issues, but it is not specific at all. It doesn't give me anything to work with. But yeah, but we'll just have to, like, I don't know how to fix it, so we'll just have to put up with it today. Could be an ISP. It's probably an ISP issue. Because I was having issues. I had no power yesterday and last week as well. So it might just be, I don't know, something beyond my power to fix. So another idea I had, we'll see if we can recycle something from these other things here. Because I was thinking of having something where the robot is attacking and you can see its claw. I'm just wondering, not quite like this though. The negative space here is terrible, so not like that. And this is not quite it either, I think, because it's not very clear what the character looks like. Well, I don't know, maybe. Hold on. If I go back to the document... I don't know if that's still in this document somewhere. I don't think so. Oh, here we go. Because maybe we could do something... Not this background, but maybe we can do something where I, like, scale it really big. Where Gabby's on one side and the robot is on the other side. But I don't know, it might look awful. Why does it keep doing this? Hold on. It keeps doing this thing where, like... It's happened like 6 times now. Where when I do a transform, it, like, doesn't apply it when I hit enter. That's happened 6 times now. It's really irritating. I just want to scale this up just to test how this looks. That's all I want to do. See, it's doing it again. I literally just want to scale it up. I hit enter, and then it doesn't do it. Why is everything breaking? Yeah, it's not working. I guess I'll just draw it then. If transform is not going to work, I'll just draw it. So, the idea... well, I don't know. I'm not sure about that idea even, because the middle of the thumbnail is going to be, like, completely... There's no subject. If they're both put on either side of the thumbnail, there's no subject, and it'll look bad. So maybe that was a bad idea anyway. But, I'll try and do something where, like, the drone is, like, going to attack. So I don't know how good... Like, something really dramatic and foreshortened. Where he's got his claw. Like that. It's It's gonna look very bad still, but just to get the idea across. And something like that. But that's a bit too fat. So if I could just scale that a bit. Will this work? Okay, it works there. I don't know why it works there. But I want something where it kind of bends. So like a massive... And now it's not working again. This transform tool, I don't know what they've changed, but the gradient tool's different and now the transform tool doesn't work half the time. And OBS is also having issues, so I don't know. It's been a pretty terrible week. Yeah, it just did it again. I'm just checking if it's like my tablet that's doing that, but I've got touch turned off, so it shouldn't. My tablet is not taking any inputs, so it should not be doing that. Because yeah, I want like this sort of oh come, I'll just draw it. I'll just redraw that whole thing. It's such a waste of time, this tool. Because I want like a big curve shape like that. And then its other claw up here. So it's going to be very exaggerated, but it's going to look cool. Well, that's the idea anyway. Something with cool edges like this. Hey Cosmic, how are you doing? And there's something off about the arm though. This is meant to be thicker, this. Yeah, there we go. Just trying to get the right silhouette. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. Just join, is that all it's done in 50 minutes? Well, no, because we've had some internet problems. So I've had to troubleshoot OBS a bit, and we did a kind of example of like a thumbnail variant 1 and some other setup. But yeah, this stuff isn't like, it takes time to make a good thumbnail. You can't rush it. If you do, well, you get a bad thumbnail, no one watches the video. So it usually takes me about a day to be happy with like the final thumbnail. Because these are just thumbnail sketches. So when the actual thumbnail, it's like done at a bit high quality renders, good lighting, good colors, because we're just doing it all in grayscale right now. Because it has to look good in grayscale. If it doesn't look good in grayscale, it's a bad thumbnail. So I don't know what its back should be doing. So just sort of, I don't know, that the wheel does, I may deal with that. Maybe the wheel should be back like this. I do like this silhouette. It's striking.